Okay, there, you're gonna hang. Hi, welcome to video 3. I'm Delea, and this is the secret world of horses. And in this third video, we're going to talk about solutions, SOULUTIONS. And this is the part after the quest work that was in video 2. So what I've done is taken some of those questions and I've came up with some ways to apply the information there as a practice so that we can benefit from what our horses think is part of our soul work with them, what they have to contribute, ways, things they would suggest. And so I'm going to start with Mystic. I'm here with my horses. They just had their happy meal. And I'm just going to take a few minutes, but it's always more fun with a horse in the video. So my work, in the last video, I talked about my relationship with Mystic and what her soul work is with me. And there was a couple of things, and one of them is she wants me to experience my business and my soul work the same way that I experience her, my relationship with her. And of course, with her, I'm very quiet. I'm totally in love. I have reverence for our experience together. And I would never put big demands or expectations on her. So she has encouraged me to approach my business in much the same way. And I have found it to be hugely beneficial. Not only does it come across better to my clients, but it also relieves such pressure from me, such obligation from me. When I find myself thinking, I need to do more, I need to market different, I need to be more like other people and do how they do it. I remember my relationship with Mystic, and I don't want to change my relationship with her. I like the relationship. I like how we experience our relationship together, and it helps to bring me back to that place of balance within my own business and my own soul work. And then another thing that she was talking about that she wants me to accept as well is being enough. She feels like she's enough. People may not see her as grandiose, but she's enough. And for me, I know she's enough. So what I've done is for one thing, I placed a picture of Mystic at my computer so that I can remember the tools that I am supposed to be using and applying in our soul work together. And like I said, they've been very beneficial. So on the thing about on being enough, I'm more focused on all that I am instead of all that I am not, because that's what I do with her. I don't look for all that she is not. I look for all that she is, and it's so apparent to me. And I'm learning to apply that within my own spiritual work and in my own business work. Look for all that I am instead of all that I am not, or what other people are that I am not. It doesn't matter. Do what I came here to do, be the work. And then a recap, I had used Jane and Playa in a couple of the other videos. And Jane is a very intelligent woman, always looking for self-growth, and she reads all the time. She's always improving herself and her life. And Playa, her horse now, believes that Jane would benefit by rewilding herself, by tuning in more to her senses and becoming more sensual and using her own indigenous innate wisdom instead of always applying the wisdom of other people. And so a couple of the exercises I gave Jane was to, instead of researching how to rewild yourself, I can hear her now, I'm going to get a book on that. I said, do it yourself, write it yourself, dance it yourself, sing it yourself, sing your wild, find it, it's within your body. When you're rewilding yourself or you're tapping into that feral part of yourself, it's a sensual experience. It's something that comes from deep within, and nobody else can describe it or explain it for you. So I told her, meditate it, vision quest with it, use techniques that bypass her thinking and move into a more primal way of accessing information. And I told her to make notes about it. Maybe use some recessive handwriting or Socratic handwriting, something that will kind of bypass the mind and tap into a little bit more of that wild wisdom that Playa believes is going to help benefit her. And then the other tool for her was to think of their relationship and their ride time as the centaur. So feel Playa's body, feel the heat, move in unison, think. Don't ride with your mind and your thinking, ride with your senses. Feel everything in your environment all around you. And this will help to release the wild within her or tap into that wildness that has so much information. So wild wisdom is the next wisdom that Playa believes Jane needs to be accessing. So these are just a couple examples of some of the information. All of the information in the readings from the horses, the quest work, and the solutions are very personal. I can't do a program for one size fits all. I only work with individuals. So if you'd like more information, stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to finalize, recap everything we've done, and then also talk a little bit about the equestrian namaste. That's how I use that a lot, especially when I ride. I consider her green. She's been ridden for 3 years, but, well, barely ridden. She's been ridden for a year mostly. And my best way to relate to her is what I call the equestrian namaste. It's the divine in me greets the divine in you, and how can we meet together to form something, a ride style, a technique, a trust that works for both of us. So I'm going to touch on the equestrian namaste in the last video. It's included in The Secret World of Horses. So thanks for joining me. My website is truenorthequestrians.com if you'd like more information, and I'll see you next video.